My birthday party was supposed to be perfect. Friends, family, laughter. Everything I had imagined for this milestone, my 32nd birthday, was in place. A lakeside cabin in Vermont, fairy lights strung across the patio, soft music humming in the background, and the smell of pine mingling with warm cinnamon from the candles. I had spent weeks planning this, wanting it to be memorable, something that would remind everyone I was surrounded by love and admiration. My husband, Ryan, had never been the life of the party. Quiet, reserved, the type who blended into the background while I thrived in the spotlight. I often brushed off his silence as shyness, though sometimes it irritated me. I wanted him to be more outgoing, more charming, the kind of partner who made others envious. When the first guests arrived, I was glowing with excitement. Ryan greeted them politely but stayed in the kitchen, making sure the drinks were ready, the appetizers arranged. He moved like a shadow through the cabin, ensuring everyone was comfortable. I barely noticed him. I thought of him as support, not centerpiece. And that night, I wanted all eyes on me. As the party picked up, laughter filled the cabin. It started innocently enough. Someone commented on how quiet Ryan was, how he hardly said a word. Another joked that he was the butler of the night, always refilling glasses and tidying up. I laughed too. At first, it felt harmless, but then the teasing grew sharper, bolder. Guests mimicked his quiet nature, exaggerated his reserved demeanor, and the room erupted in laughter. I joined in, smiling even as a flicker of discomfort flashed in Ryan's eyes. I told myself it was just fun, that he would understand. But every laugh chipped away at his dignity. As the night wore on, the jokes didn't stop. They escalated, fueled by champagne and the easy cruelty of a crowd that feeds off itself. Someone joked that Ryan was too boring to even give a toast. Another said he probably didn't know how to dance. Each comment pulled the spotlight from me and onto him, but not in the way I had wanted. I watched him, glass in hand, standing quietly near the stone fireplace. His smile was polite but strained, heavy with a depth I had ignored for far too long. And yet, I still didn't stop it. Inside, part of me felt embarrassed. Embarrassed by his silence, by the fact that he couldn't defend himself with clever words or charm. Instead of protecting him, I let the room continue. In that moment, I chose their laughter over his dignity. It wasn't until someone shouted, "Come on, Ryan, say something. Prove you're more than just the background character tonight," that the room fell into an uneasy silence. Everyone turned toward him, waiting. I half expected him to shrink further back and let it pass. But something shifted. Ryan stepped forward, calm, deliberate. He walked to the microphone set up near the cake, where music had been playing softly all night. He didn't rush. He didn't falter. He simply held the mic and looked at the faces that had mocked him. The room, still buzzing with drunken giggles, began to quiet. Then he spoke. His voice wasn't loud, but it carried. There was weight in his tone, a gravity that silenced whispers and stilled laughter. "You've all spent the night laughing at me," he began. "At my quietness, my silence, my role in this marriage. You call it boring. You call it weak. But let me tell you what silence really holds." The room froze. I felt my stomach twist as he continued. "For years I've watched my wife chase the spotlight, bask in admiration, and yet dismiss me as though I'm invisible. I've been the one supporting her, making sure she shines, cleaning up the messes she leaves behind. Literally and figuratively. I've done it all quietly, not because I'm weak, but because I thought love meant sacrifice." The air grew heavy. No one dared to move. "But tonight," he said, his eyes scanning the crowd, "you've all laughed at me. And she," he pointed toward me, "the person who promised to protect me, to stand by me, laughed the loudest." Gasps rippled through the cabin. My face burned as every eye turned toward me. "You want to know why I don't speak much?" he asked. "Because words are cheap. Anyone can fill a room with noise, but actions reveal who we truly are. And what I've realized tonight is that the woman I married doesn't see me at all. The silence was suffocating. I wanted to defend myself, but the words caught in my throat. His pain was raw, undeniable, and laid bare for everyone to see. He set the microphone down. The sound of it clicking against the stand echoed louder than any laugh that had filled the cabin earlier. Without another word, he turned and walked toward the door, and left. The party was over. After he walked out, no one spoke. The music still hummed faintly in the background, the candles flickered on the cake, but the laughter was gone. What remained was shame, heavy and suffocating, pressing down on me harder than anything I had ever felt. For days, I replayed his words in my head. His silence had been his strength all along, and I had mistaken it for weakness. His support had been his love, and I had taken it for granted. That night, I betrayed my husband, not with another person, but with my silence, and worse, with my laughter. Words can cut deeper than knives. Betrayal doesn't always wear a dramatic mask. Sometimes it looks like a smile, a chuckle, a careless moment where you forget the person you vowed to love most. I don't know if Ryan will ever forgive me. I don't know if he should. But I do know this. I'll never again underestimate the power of silence or the pain of laughter directed at the wrong person. If you were standing in that cabin that night, would you have laughed too, or had the courage to stop the crowd before it was too late? Because sometimes, the loudest truths are spoken only after the laughter dies. If you've ever been betrayed or faced heartbreak, you're not alone. Subscribe to Cheating Secrets for real stories of love, betrayal, and resilience. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss a story that could change the way you see relationships.